Hello, Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's the Batman who laughs. This is the Batman who laughs from the new DC Multiverse line, brought to you by McFarlane's Toys. We've done a bunch of these reviews already, including Batgirl. We've done Batman and the Bat-Raptor and all that kind of good stuff. And this is the next one in the series that I want to do for you. This is the Batman who laughs. First introduced as a part of the metal sort of storyline multiverse crossover. And damn does he look metal. So for those who don't know, the Batman who laughs is basically the Batman of the alternate dark universe, and it's where Batman and the Joker are basically like one person, so to speak. Like I think it was something to do with the blood of Joker got into the Batman, and it became this. On the covers, you may remember that he had a bunch of chains holding back like Robins that all had like Joker faces. That was a really cool cover. The actual storyline and the actual character was made by Greg Capullo and by Dan Schneider. Scott Schneider. Not Dan Schneider. Scott Snyder. Dan Snyder's the Nickelodeon guy. Different person. Sorry, Scott Schneider. And he was actually recently in the year of the villain alongside Lex Luthor. And he also appeared as the main villain in the 2019 Batman-Superman crossover. He's become quite a very popular character in such a short space of time, to be honest, and has really taken up, residence in the DC universe. We'll take a look at the little card that comes along with him in a moment. What I was most interested in is that he does come with some accessories which are both weapons, but yet he has trigger fingers, as if he could fire guns. So that's very interesting, first of all. We're going to look at articulation, guys. The head is on a ball joint, so we can look down as well as up and as well as left and right. The left and right is a little bit harder to do. You don't want to bend these little spikes, so it's, I'm trying not to touch them if I can help it. He also lifts up at that top hinge. It rotates as well as at the bicep with a double hinged elbow there. It comes in all the way, look. And the hands are on ball joints. At the waist, I can't feel anything under there that would indicate there's a crunch or a swivel, but we can move him slightly at the waist here. But there is this piece here which does stop more or less all of that from working, basically. But his legs do lift out, as well as forwards, backwards, with a double hinge knee there. There's no thigh cut on this one. There's no boot cut, but there is the usual rocker, pivot, and toe articulation on these new Multiverse ones. The one thing that I have been enjoying about these new Multiverse figures, unlike from previous years, we're getting characters that are relatively new. I mean, Batman Who Laughs, it only came out the other year as a part of the part of the Metal Universe and things like that. So it's not been a character that's been around for overly long period of time. So it's nice to see them jumping straight in at the deep end and giving us that. If you remember at the New York Toy Fair, they also released that they're going to be doing White Knight and other ones that are basically quite recent comic books. So I'm very excited to see where they go with this line in the future. And I think McFarlane so far, cosmetically and knocking them out of the park, really. The articulation sometimes can leave a little bit to be desired. I'll give them that. It's less articulation than a Marvel Legend. And the height, obviously they are 7 inches in scale, but that means they do scale with other McFarlane's toys. So if you wanted to put these with your Mortal Kombat figures, they'd look alright together. So that's an okay sign. It's just the fact that I wish they would scale well with Legends, because everyone wants to put, Superman and Batman versus, Captain America and Iron Man. It's just one of them things, isn't it? But, actually, do you know what? I can't wait to get Spawn, because I would probably put Spawn against this guy. I think that'd look really cool. And the only thing I can tell about this one that I wish would happen, I wish this mouth was hinged. So you could kind of have him snarling like the teeth, gritted teeth, or open the mouth as well. So have him sort of, you know what I mean? See what I'm trying to get out of there? I wish it were a hinge jaw. But other than that, the figure itself is immaculate. The paint job is beautiful. It feels quality, this one. It feels very sturdy. I like the fact that these new figures click into place. The elbows, even the elbows, like click, 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 click. They don't just slide in like the new, like the Black Series ones. And the Marvel Legends, especially the female elbows, they kind of just slide in, and I hate that. These click firmly into a position that you know they're meant to be in. So I like that a lot. Plus it keeps them stiffer as well. There's nothing worse than floppy parts. Make the joke, you're gonna. So there's the DC logo there on the base. Watch out, these bases do pick up every little bit of grease. Look at that, I barely touched it and I've already left loads of fingerprints all over it. I must have greasy fingers. But yeah, that's what I'm just saying, watch out for that. And as well as the DC logo on there as well. Not that you're going to need these, I do find that they do stand up pretty well on their own, but for review purposes, I do like to use the stand because they do come with them, so I will use it just for the purposes of the review. But on my display, I always stand them up on my own. He does also come with two sort of, this is sort of like the, what would you call that? Top end of a scythe, it looks like that kind of a thing. And then of course he's got like a big knife here, big slasher's knife. So let's pop those in his hands. There we go, 1 and 2. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to head on over to the desk cam to give you guys an up close personal look at these figures. To give you guys an up close personal look at these figures, and as well we'll take a closer look at the card piece that came with the Batman Who Laughs as well. So let's go down to the desk cam. So this is the Batman Who Laughs. He's a hybrid version of both Batman and Joker from the Dark Universe. But let's take a look at his data files. This is the shot that they've used here, which is the Batman Who Laughs. And it's from the Batman Who Laughs #1 comics of 2019. Real name is Bruce Wayne of Earth 22. He's 6'2" and 190 pounds. Born from the nightmares of the dark multiverse, the Batman Who Laughs is a hybrid version of Batman and the Joker from Earth 22. This twisted version of Batman was created when nanotoxins from the Joker's heart were released into Bruce Wayne's bloodstream, causing the Dark Knight's perfect mind to merge with the warped psyche of the Clown Prince of Crime. He soon became part of an attempt to plunge the entire multiverse into ultra-violence, chaos, and utter darkness. After being initially defeated, the Batman Who Laughs managed to survive and remains a threat to the greatest heroes of the multiverse. Awesome. So yeah, this is a great little card. It's a trading card that comes with every one of the action figures, and yeah, they're really fun and come with a lot of info on the back of them to give you an idea of which version of the character you're looking at first of all, and gives you a nice bio. Alright guys, so here he is, the Batman Who Laughs. So as I said guys, this was a character created by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. First introduced in the Dark Days of the casting, he was depicted as an alternate universe of Batman who does not have a code against killing. Snyder explained in his intent on the character in an interview with Hollywood Reporter, saying he's basically Batman's worst nightmare come to life. If he was infected by the Joker toxin and lost all sense of ethics, and what he wants to do in Gotham is bring back Bruce Wayne's nightmares to life. Snyder's hope for the character was that the character would popular enough to have its own comic book series, which inevitably happened. The character is absolutely the weirdest thing ever. It's like Batman and Joker had a love child. It's just awful and weird. In fact, it looks like Marilyn Manson and Lady Gaga had a love child, for God's sake. Look at it. If that came out and sung for Cradle of Filth, you wouldn't even bat an eyelid, would you? Hands up there for all the metal bros who understood their reference. Woo! But yeah, it's got a long and weird story on this one. They all played out during the Dark Days sort of storyline. Again, he's got all the Robins and things like that, just like the other Batman. They all have like weird Jokery faces. They all had like the toxin given to them as well. Even turning his son Damian Wayne into a mini Joker and recruiting the children infected by the Joker toxin as his rabid Robins. It's the weirdest thing ever, but it's so cool. There's lots of other storylines you can read about, guys. Please do check him out. If you can go on the DC website and look up the character itself. In the Watchmen sequel, the Doomsday Clock, the Batman Who Laughs is among the villains who analysed by Dr. Manhattan. When Guy Gardner used his power ring to show the constructs of villains and what they have faced, he's one of the ones that basically the Dr. Manhattan looks at. So, just a little bit of a backstory there for you. I'm not sure if I've just bored you to death, but that's the storyline as far as I'm aware of it. And that's the bits that I know. There's so much more to it though, guys. I didn't delve into the Dark Days spin-off books. I only read the main arc of the story. So there's probably a lot more to learn as well. But the figure itself had to be bought. Look at it, it's just immaculately amazing. Loving the fact that it's all like soft vinyl rather than hard plastic. It just makes the figure so much more nicer. And again, that piece around the top is very well painted. And they've even made his teeth look really nasty and yellow, and everything just pops and stands out. Such a great figure, guys, and I highly recommend it. So if you haven't got one already, guys, make sure you go out and grab one of these awesome, awesome figures. The character looks a lot to me like Judge Death as well. I know a lot of people have made that sort of look on him. It does look like Judge Death, so just to keep that in mind as well. And hopefully we'll get maybe some new Judge Dredd spin-off stuff from McFarlane's. Who knows? I'd love to see that, you know. But guys, I'm going to go for now. Let's go back to the main cam and finish off this video. So guys, what are your thoughts on this figure? Let me know in the comments down below. Which of the McFarlane's figures are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear back from you guys and what you guys think. So let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, guys, I'm your host, Super Thrall, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you. Bye!